What's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to An American in Poland. So today we're going to be talking about someplace really, really special, and that is Chochołowska, or Dolnia Chochołowska. And this is located just outside of Zakopane, south of Krakow, and the Tatra Mountains. And it is the largest valley in the Tatra regions on the Polish side. And there's a lot of history in this location, a lot of beauty, and it's a real treasure for the Polish people. Now let's talk a little about the valley. So it's not free to get into. It's 6 zloty per person for adults. Parking is 20 zloty. One thing you're going to have to think about is that if you want free parking, you can do it. Where the entrance road is, across the road, there is a small area where you can go parking down by the river, where you could theoretically park and then walk the 2 kilometers to save your 20 zloty. For me, not worth it. One thing that's unique about this and why they charge this money is it all goes towards the maintenance of this area. And while this is part of the Tatras National Park, it is not run by the Tatras National Park. There are 8 villages that have run this area independently since 1819. And so all the money that's raised goes towards, the maintenance of the forestry buildings and the roads and whatnot. Now, one thing that's really cool about this location is that it is completely family friendly. Whether you're old, young, kids, dogs, it is open to you. And depending on what you're looking to get out of it, it can be very simple or it can be very challenging. There are trail choices. The main trail is, it's about 8 kilometers up to the hotel and 8 kilometers back. It's fairly easy hiking. There's a lot of beautiful scenery to see along the way. But if you're not super physically fit, there is a train available. It's made from an old diesel tractor, and they made some train cars. That is 8 zloty. That'll take you about halfway. Or you can take a horse and carriage from that point and go up to the hotel. As you're kind of making your way through, now we just chose to walk because we wanted to take our little dog Walter for a walk. He'd been kind of cooped up in the hotel for a couple of days, so it was good for him. So we walked the whole thing. There's a lot of just natural beauty to see. When you get about, basically actually right at the beginning, there is some of the local farms where they've got cows and some goats, and they're milking them, and they're providing the local mountain shacks with cream and milk for making otsepek, which is a local Highlander cheese. It's a little salty, it's smoked, it's a very firm cheese, and it is fantastic. As you continue up through, you'll see that there are some of these Highlander shacks, and inside they are demonstrating the cheese making and the smoking process, and you can buy some of the cheese from them. The paved section of road is very, very simple. As you get to the cobblestone section, it does start to come up a pretty good incline, and this is where, if you've got little ones and you're bringing them in a stroller, you're going to want to make sure that you've got one of the strollers with bigger wheels. If not, you're going to end up carrying your munchkin and carrying the stroller alongside of you because it is a little bit rough. But it's doable. People are riding normal bicycles up this. Granted, it's a lot of work, but they are doing it. Then when you get up to the main clearing, they are still grazing sheep there, they're still grazing cattle there, and it is absolutely amazing. And don't get fooled into just looking forward. Do the full 360, because it's so easy to get fixed on one view, and there's just so much that you can miss. Now in this clearing, there are the barns, there are the Highlander huts, and unfortunately, all of these are fairly modern. During World War II, the Polish resistance was training fighters in this area. The Nazis found it and burned everything to the ground. Kind of the pride and joy up top here is the hotel. They have 120 beds. You can stay in it fairly affordably, and it does give you a nice place with running water and electricity. They have a hydroelectric dam up there that provides the entire place with electricity, and they have arguably some of the best apple pie in all of Poland. At least that's what I've been told. I enjoyed it for a nice cold beer first thing in, when we got there, and it was a hot day, so why not? This facility was rebuilt in 1951 to 1953 after it had been burned down by the Nazis as well. As you make your return trip, what I suggest is going up a little bit higher and following the backside of the meadows. This will take you to the Chapel of St. John the Baptist. It is built in the Highlander style. From, I believe, June until October, on every Sunday at 1 p.m. they do Mass there, which is kind of unique. Also, there is a place where they make otsepek there, which is called papal cheese, because during Pope John Paul's visit to this region in 1983, he actually went there and blessed this location. So, very cool thing as well. So this kind of gives you a full loop. I will say it takes about 2 hours and 20 minutes each direction, and that's saying that you don't make stops or anything else. We found it very, very enjoyable. There was a wide variety of people who walked the whole thing, from little ones, if I had to guess, they're no more than 3 years old, all the way up to folks in, kind of retirement age. So that being said, this is a location you just cannot miss if you come to Poland. If you're in Kraków, they have buses that will take you to here. There are tours and trips. The other thing is, this is a place that can be enjoyed year-round. They do have, the hiking trails and everything. It's all open year-round. Wintertime, watch for avalanches. One thing that this particular place is really known for is the crocuses in spring. And around the end of March, beginning of April, depending on what winter's been like, you'll see a completely beautiful sight of these purple flowers poking their heads up through the white snow, and it's famous for this. The one thing I will say is they average about 55,000 visitors during this time, so if you're going to go, try to go during the week or head out very early in the morning to kind of avoid the crowds. That kind of wraps us up for today. I really want to appreciate you guys making it through this video all the way to the end. If you have any comments or suggestions of future content that you'd like to see from An American in Poland, drop it in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do me a favor, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you got notifications turned on, and we'll see you next time here on An American in Poland.